ブレーメンの音楽隊だ。
Not convinced yet? Then let's get right into it. My name is Kristin, this is Hamstaku, and today we are going to take a look at Your Lie in April.
Your Lie in April, or in Japanese, Shigatsu wa Kimi no Uso, tells the story of 4 middle schoolers, Kosei, Tsubaki, Ryota, and Kawi. When he was just a kid, Kosei used to be a gifted pianist, which granted him the nickname Human Metronome. But since his mother died, he can't hear the piano anymore, and therefore gave up on music. That is, until he meets Kawi, who literally sweeps him off his feet, because she's so completely different than anybody he's ever met before. Kosei is a rather composed person, mostly due to the influence of his mother, who was a real bitch. She used to be a well-known pianist as well, but had to give up her career when she got sick, so she had Kosei live out her dreams, practice all day every day and participate in competitions, which she of course won, some of them even as the youngest participant ever. Meanwhile, Kosei endured everything only because he clung to the childish hope that his mother would get better if only he was a better pianist. Therefore he ends up traumatized, feeling that he has failed his mother and everything they had worked for was in vain, and wants to never touch a piano ever again. What he doesn't know is that Tsubaki has a different plan for him, as she wants him to have some kind of closure, since he still hangs out in a music room close to a piano and can't get away from it. She wants him to get back to playing the piano so he can make up his own mind about whether he wants to play at all or quit because he wants to, and not just because of his mother. While she states that Kosei is more like a little brother to her and has caused him a lot of trouble, she really does care about him and has a crush on him. Tsubaki has to realize that her feelings are not mutual though. She notices that while she might have known him for ages, he still shares a special bond with Kawi, since she's a musician as well, whereas she is a baseball-playing tomboy. Tsubaki introduced her classmate Kawi to Ryota because she seems to like the popular captain of the football team. To make the situation a little less awkward for her, she invites Kosei on this date as well. Kawi is an energetic girl with a completely different view on everything. She wants to put a little bit of herself into every piece she plays and wants people to remember her for that. This makes her rather unpopular with the judges at competitions, but really popular with the audience. Compared to Tsubaki, she's actually able to put Kosei into situations he would usually avoid to get him over his trauma, and gets closer to him by appointing him to be her accompanist. And Kosei is simply fascinated by her unconventional and free-spirited way of going through life.
I cannot not talk about the music in this one, starting with the opening over the score to the ending.
I have a slight feeling I found a new favorite band. The opening is performed by Goose House and called Hikaru Nara. You can find acoustic covers of popular songs as well as original songs on their YouTube channel. Their sound immediately reminded me of one of my favorite bands, Billy Division and the Dancers. Hikaru Nara is definitely a strong contender for Song of the Year, and I dread the day when they change the opening. I also already checked out the soundtrack for Your Lie in April. At the moment I'm wondering whether they will put out an extra CD with the original pieces composed for the show, since the one that is released so far only contains the pieces Kosei, Kaori and their contestants will be playing throughout the show. If I had to choose, I would probably go for the original music since the main theme is so catchy, but the classical pieces on the recently released CD really have me excited for what is to come. The ending song, called Kirameki, is a song that has me close my eyes and simply enjoy the singer's voice and the sound of the guitars. It is also the kind of song that makes me wonder why I haven't touched my guitar in ages. And when I open my eyes after a moment, that is what I come to see. For me, it's the combination of a relaxing yet engaging song and enchanting visuals that make this ending so perfect. What I like the most is that the preview for the next episode is included in the ending as well. But it is nothing more than a slideshow, so no spoilers, woo! Your Lie in April is hands down one of the most beautiful, vivid and colorful anime series I've seen in a while, if not in forever. Whether it's the character design, the background, the imagery, the choice of color, the use of light and shadow, or the animation and movement, everything feels alive and even miraculous, although it's only a slice of life, high school music, drama show. I was waiting and really hopeful for the show since the first trailer, and it didn't disappoint. I was invested from the second it began until the last minute, and I completely get how Kosei feels. You're not even trying anymore, are you? The much more difficult choice is to actually show that they are playing an instrument. The CG could easily have gone wrong, looked and felt awkward, but in Your Lie in April, it feels real and I would love to see a making of those scenes. Scratch that, I want a making of the entire show. It had only very few scenes that felt a little bit off and had a slight Roger Rabbit vibe to them because of the realistic look of the environment and the cartoony character design. But overall, I'm completely and utterly impressed by what the entire team was able to create. They understood the medium and the possibilities animation offers, and used it to an extent that simply can't be pulled off in any other medium, be it the color of the cherry blossoms, or beating someone up with a melodica. I don't even know how to put my complete awe into words, but I'm glad to have a glimpse at what we are able to create in 2014. I know that there are a lot of people out there who think that computer animation is the death of anything drawn, and every show that comes out nowadays is plain bullshit, offering nothing but fan service to the willing audience. I disagree. If it is handled similarly to Your Lie in April, then I wholeheartedly enjoy where technology can take us. For a moment I wondered under which sofa cushion A1 found the money to suddenly invest in skilled staff and technology, and then it dawned on me. You know, I'm not a big fan of Sword Art Online either, and I don't really get the hype. And I've wasted way too much lifetime on World of Warcraft, so it's a topic that concerns me. But right now, I'm thankful that Sword Art Online exists, and that it is so successful. All those mediocre shows people like to complain about create income which can be invested in this one special show that usually would be considered a risk. I mean, Your Lie in April is a show about kids playing classical music, there are no tits, no explosions, and nobody builds his own little harem. The higher-ups must have been on holiday when this thing was pitched. Not every show has to be, and not every show can be as colorful or goofy or unique as Your Lie in April, but it is a lovely reminder of how great anime can be. When I stumble upon the Millions discussion that all recent anime are shit and nothing good has come after Cowboy Bebop, and I wholeheartedly recommend Cowboy Bebop to anybody who hasn't seen it yet. The next time I come across such a discussion, I might just put my headphones on and listen to Hikaru Nara.
Is it going to be my anime of the year? I don't know. So far it is announced with 22 episodes, so it's going to end in 2015, and the manga it is based on is still continuing as well, no matter how the story ends. And I hope I'm only being paranoid here when it comes to foreshadowing after having finished all 5 Game of Thrones books. One broken heart is for sure when Your Lie in April ends. 他の誰でもない君じゃなかった